Hello everyone, hope you guys are having a great day. I am back with the final pocket page episode, episode number 10 in my Disney album. Next will be some of the more traditional or non-pocket page videos that I'll be hopefully getting up relatively soon because I do need to start on my December daily and getting my embellishments done. So if you guys are interested in seeing December daily, let me know that in the comments below as well. I do plan on doing videos for that this year as well, like I normally do. So anyway, on to Disney though. I just made this little embellishment. I took some of the word stickers that were on the sticker sheets and a little circle label, and I wrote the word or the phrase penny smash. This is one of the things that me and my daughter and my mom did to collect souvenirs. We really wanted to collect those enamel pins, or I wanted to collect the enamel pins, but they were super expensive, and it's already expensive going to Disney. So what we decided to do is do the penny smash instead, and then we got a little book that holds all our little pennies. And I thought that was a good compromise. It was a nice way to kind of get some little memorabilia. It doesn't take up a lot of room, and we weren't like breaking the bank trying to do that. So I just recently got this crochet trim that I've been wanting for quite some time. It is kind of an off-white color, and I showed you the label, so if you're interested in purchasing it, I did get that from Michael's, but you can probably get it from a lot of different places. But I wanted to get this and use it in my layout here. And I'm just going to add a little bit here to that tag. I hate when I have a little tag that doesn't get string, so I have to always put string on my tags. I don't know if you guys are like that as well, but I can't have a tag without string. I'm sure I have had a tag without string, but generally speaking, my tags need string. So now I did a little stitching on some of the cards. I did stitching on that stripe one in the top left, and then the one on the top right. I did want to put some stitching, but I had already used the back of that card, so I needed to figure out a different thing to do. So I'm just going through my stamp sets and trying to find something that I can stamp on that we're going to, and then the blank will be what I stamp. So I'm just getting my red ink out, and I'm going to mask off part of the stamp because I don't want the whole thing getting stamped down. So I'm just going to use some washi tape to mask it off. You just stick that washi tape on, and then you ink up your stamp, and then pull that washi tape off before you actually stamp it down, and then you can put a different phrase than what the actual stamp had. And that's what I like to do because I don't prefer to cut my stamps apart. Now you can do that, but for this one, I think it said I love this or something like that, so I didn't want to cut just the eye off, so I just masked off with some washi tape. I did some more stitching in the bottom left hand corner. I did a bunch of zigzag stitch all around the whole border, and then I'm just looking through my embellishments. I wanted to add something to the center of that camera, and I just picked a little heart enamel dot. And then I'm looking through my other things. I decided not to do any more enamel dots, and then I am trying to find what I could do maybe with some of these scraps. I thought that top card, even though I did some stitching and had the Mickey, looked a little plain, so I'm going to take this piece of black and polka dot paper here and make a little embellishment to go here. It just looked like it needed something there because the other things are kind of busy, and I don't know, I just felt like it needed something. So I found this other little red and white strip there, and so what I'm going to do is the same technique I did on the previous video, and I just fold the paper in half and then trim out the heart old-fashioned style. And then I thought the heart looked a little kind of floaty, or it blended in too much. So I am going to take my white gel pen and draw around the outline of that heart. And I just think that helps to ground it a bit more. So you're going to see me doing that here in just a few minutes once I glue that down. And this is just a jelly roll pen. I have found, that people really always recommend, oh, what's it called? Oh, I can't think of the name of the white pen, but I've had some of them, but they never seem to last very long. I'll think of it hopefully before the end of the video, but I found this jelly roll pen works the best of all the white pens, and it's just funny how when you watch videos on people reviewing pens, and there's a lot of people that have a lot of different opinions about white pens, and it seems like everyone has a little bit different opinion, and some pens work better for others. I don't know if it's a climate thing or what it is, but I found that the Jelly Roll pen, I think it's from Sakura, works the best, and it doesn't seem to be quite as opaque as some of the pens I've used, but it continues to work. Gosh, I wish I could remember the other pen. It's been recommended by a lot of people, and I love how it writes. It writes super white, super opaque, but I can never get the pen to last more than like, I don't know, a couple months or so. I really don't use it all that often, and then when I go to use it again, it just doesn't come out, so it's really super annoying. But I've never had any problems like that with the Jelly Roll pen. So anyway, I've moved on to the next 12 by 12 layout. This one, I ended up making that card there that I'm messing with. It's a homemade card. It was just some white cardstock, and I had a punch that had the circles and then the inside of the circles. And what I did was I punched, or I'm sorry, I stamped the black circle with just some regular black ink, and then the insides of the circles I ended up spraying down some of my like Lindy Stamp Gang sprays and things like that, and then use the inside part of that circle stamp to then stamp the inside. And I just thought it looked kind of neat, it looked like a watercolor effect, so I wanted to add something fun and different to the page. So I did that on that particular card, and then I just cut out some banners and then did some stitching at the top. So now it's just sitting there drying because the foam was being naughty and it just wouldn't stick down. Here I am mounting that square sticker on some white cardstock so it pops off the page a bit more, and I added that to the top right photo. Gonna add some of these journaling strips. I don't do a whole lot to this page. I really just like the photos as they are. I didn't feel like I needed to do a ton of embellishing on this because I just really love these animal photos. So I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna do. Yeah. So now I'm moving on. This is some photos at the Tusker house in Animal Kingdom, and I really liked Animal Kingdom. I don't know if I mentioned this in another video or not, but before we went to Disney, I had a lot of, people give you advice and like what parks are the best and what you're going to do and that kind of thing. And I had a lot of people say that they weren't really thrilled with Animal Kingdom, or they didn't spend a lot of time. Me and my mom and my daughter actually went to Animal Kingdom twice. It was probably my second favorite park. My favorite was Epcot, but my second favorite was Animal Kingdom. Maybe because I just really love animals. I don't know. But I just like the feel of that park for some reason. I liked when you could go to like where the Nepal was, and Africa, and the different like countries. I just thought was really cool. Maybe that's why I also liked, or I know that's why I also liked Epcot. But I super enjoyed Animal Kingdom, so we ended up going twice. It is a smaller park, but we really enjoyed ourselves there. So this is at Tusker House, and we did a little character dinner, or maybe it was a lunch, I don't remember. But I thought these pictures turned out really cute. My daughter is giving all the characters such big hugs. I thought that was adorable, so I want to make sure I got those pictures scrapbooked. I am going to mount this little guy on some white paper as well. I don't know, I had a problem with using these square stickers. I don't know if you guys have used this sticker set or some of the Simple Story sticker sets that have these squares, but I don't know. I just could not get them to work on a lot of pages. So I either punched circles or I mounted them like this now with some white cardstock. I don't know. I just didn't use a whole lot of them, and I have quite a few left now that all my pages are done, and I just didn't end up using a lot. So I added a little Mickey head in the top right because she's with Mickey Mouse, and then I'm just going through some of these stickers, seeing if there's anything else I could add. That I'm also going to mount on some white cardstock. It just felt like it needed to pop a little bit more, and I believe that might be the last thing I put on this page. And then I'll move on to the next page, I think. Or maybe I'll put some more stuff on. Maybe? Oh, yes. I do put a little bit more. I decided to layer these two pieces, that's right. So I used the word epic, and then that little sticker, circle sticker, put in the top left, just to tie that into the page. And then I'm just painting with my Jane Davenport brush silver pen on those little hearts, and adding one of these brads here to, I think I'm using one of the brads. Oh, no, nope, I'm not. I lied. Sometimes it's hard to remember. I didn't do these layouts all that long ago, but it's still hard to remember what I've done. Like this was like maybe a couple weeks ago. But anyway, now I have this 2 4x6 photo sleeves here, and I just trimmed off the edge to make the photos slides, or it's for, I can't talk, tongue-tied. I just cut off a pocket page, and you'll see here at the end how I make it so that the photos don't fall out of the pocket page. So right now I wanted to use some of this black and white washi, but it was too thick. I just want to add a little thin strip and to divide the little cards here, the little squares between that and the pictures. And this was a 4x4 card that had happy wish, dreams, and happy, I think all together maybe, I don't remember, but I just trimmed them off and then added them to the bottom of the photos. And so here is where I show you how I keep the photos in. I didn't do much with the cards on this page. I just kept it really simple with the washi. But I'm going to add this Avery L tab here. This is recommended by Allie Edwards when she does a lot of her December Daily and Day in the Life pages. So that's where I got the idea from. I end up getting, I think, like the Office Max brand. You don't have to get an Avery tabs, but that's basically what they are. They have some sticky adhesive, and then you can add these little pieces of paper slipped in to state whatever you want. And I'm just using my stamps from the stamp sets that I have, slipping that in there, and then that is going to hold the top cards there. You just kind of snug it on there, and then you peel off the little white strips there, and then the adhesive will be there, and then that will keep it in place. For the bottom photo, a lot of times I'll use washi tape, but for this one I didn't want to add anything else, so I ended up taking just some of the clear cellophane tape, trimming it down, and then using that, and you cannot even tell that I did that. So I'll show you here in a second once I put this down, that you can't even tell that I added this tape. You just got to make sure you get the clear one. Sometimes you get the ones for like present wrapping, it's got kind of a haziness to it, so you don't want that. But see, you can't even tell that I did that, so I need to do that more often actually with when I do these cut down on the page protectors. Here I wanted to have an X on Sunny, and I just took an X from the sticker sheet and I trimmed it down so it wasn't so big and just stuck it down. This is another one where I don't do a lot of embellishing. I really just like the photos as they were, so I'm going to do a little bit here, I think, on the best place in the whole world, and I'm going to do something on the chevron 3x4 card, but that's pretty much it on this one. The chevron card here, I'm just going to mount one of those square stickers on some white cardstock, and then I'm going to take some thread from my stash, make a little nest for some texture, and then it's going to go behind that little sticker there. You can see me thinking about what I should do because it looked a little plain. I'm just going to take white thread, bunch it all up, glue it down, and that card I think will be done. I may add one more piece of embellishment there. I can't remember right now. So I'm using my fine liner bottle with my Scotch Tacky Glue in it. I love this bottle. I use it all the time. I highly recommend it. I also was looking at, what is it called? Oh, there's another glue I've been wanting to try. I've seen some of the people that I watch that do junk journaling. Art glitter glue, that's it. And they have the art glitter glue, you can buy a tip that comes with the bottle, and then you just put a pin in it, so it's very the same concept or very similar concept as this. And I see a lot of the junk journalers using that art glitter glue, and they rant and rave about that, and it's a pretty quick and fast bond. And so I'm thinking about purchasing some of that too and trying it out. If you guys have ever tried that art glitter glue and you have tried the Scotch Tacky Glue and you have a preference, let me know in the comments below which one you like, why you like it. And just give me some feedback on that, and you can share that with the rest of the viewers too, in case anybody else is looking potentially for a different liquid glue to purchase. And this, I am just adding some text on a label. I'm writing Expedition Everest. That was our absolute favorite ride. I think Space Mountain and Expedition Everest was our two most favorite rides of Disney. I love this ride. My mom doesn't really like roller coasters, and she thought it was so much fun, and we went backwards on that ride. It was awesome. I love that. And then Space Mountain, nothing could beat Space Mountain. I think we went on that ride like, I don't know, 8 times, and my mom loved that too. And like I said, she's not the biggest roller coaster fan, but she had a super great time on that ride. This is some more photos of Animal Kingdom. The top left and the bottom left photos are stock photos that I got when I purchased the little package of photos, and I didn't get a lot of photos during the Lion King event, but I thought that show was super great, so I wanted to make sure I used some of the stock photos because I thought they're really cool. I'm not normally a big fan of the stock photos, but I think in this case it really worked with this page, and I wanted to make sure I add that. So here I have this 4x4 card that I ended up splitting in half so it fit in the pockets because the two photos on either side of it were smaller photos. I didn't need as much of the photo. So I kind of rigged it so that the 4x4 would go across the slot of the page, or the divider of the page, and then be added so that I would have a full 4x6 photo or 4x6 piece on each side. Hopefully that makes sense. You should be able to see what I'm doing, but I had a little stitching on that card, and I think this one's pretty much done. This is the last video, like I said, in the pocket page layout. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. If you haven't already, subscribe, please, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Leave me any comments below if you have any, and I will see you guys again very soon. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.